Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am very happy that you have decided to join me for this reading as we look into what could I use more of at this time. Please know this video is timeless, so whenever you have clicked on it to listen or watch, it is meant for you at that point in your journey. If there's any information throughout the reading that you do not connect with, please feel free to let that go. If there is information or messages that come through that does resonate with you in your situation, I would encourage you to keep your heart and mind open to hearing that information, as well as being willing to continue to process it after the video has come to an end. Before we jump into the reading, let's focus on our breathing. As you inhale and exhale, you can ask Source, Higher Power, Universe, if there are any symbols or signs for you to see. Also, if you have presented a question before clicking on the video, you can ask Higher Power and Source that your mind and heart will be open to hearing the information throughout the video. As you inhale and exhale, let go of any heaviness that may be on your heart and mind so that you may be able to focus during the reading. And as you inhale and exhale, release any tension or tightness that may be throughout your body. And let's begin. I'm using multiple decks today, so if you're interested in the information, it is listed in the description box below. Let's begin with our tarot. First, we have the Lovers, Three of Cups, Two of Wands, Six of Cups, another major arcana, the Tower, and Four of Swords. So, a quick look at the cards. We have two sixes, two cups, and two major arcanas. So we will dive into that at the end of the reading. Also, a lot of blues and greens are coming through. In regards to chakra, the green is our heart, our emotions, our feelings, our strength, and our blue is our throat chakra, so speaking, helping others through advice, giving wisdom, also speaking truth. There is also yellow, which is our sacral chakra. That's right between our roots and our center chakra. So really that component that helps combine the two and help settle our bodies and our minds. So we'll see if that comes through as well through the tarot cards and then our oracle cards. So first, when we look at the Lovers, when we think of what we need more of or what we could use more of, it could be that if you are in a current relationship, that there needs to be more love shown between the two of you. Even if you are in a platonic relationship, a friendship, does there need to be more of a compassionate give and take in the relationship. If you are not in a romantic relationship, love can be expressed platonically, and it can be through that compassion piece. It can also be through support of that individual. It can also be through listening, that active listening. Also, what I'm receiving through the Lover's card is the healing that can come from being with someone that you connect with. Again, romantic, platonic, but someone that really just brings joy and support and laughter and that love piece to your life that allows you to have healing, because that person gets you. It makes sense when you are with that person. The world makes sense when you are with that person or persons, if we're thinking of platonic relationships. So also with this, there is that picture of the mountain, and it's in the clouds, which is the guardian angel as well. So it could be in this relationship right now, what you could use more of is perseverance. Maybe you might be going through a difficult time. So perseverance, reaching out to higher source, universe. If you practice faith, your clergy or people within your faith as well that have that like-mindedness, just really reaching for that advice and that wisdom as well. And then also what I'm receiving is harmony. If there's any type of conflict or discord right now in your life, harmony, peace. And it could come through that deeper connection with a friend or a partner. It could come through seeking source. It could come through just having a little bit of quiet time for you. You can see in this description or illustration of the Lovers that it is nighttime. So for me, what is coming through is just really taking a moment to breathe, a moment to connect your thoughts. Next, we have the Three of Cups. And in the tarot, this is definitely one of friendship, of connection, of, again, that give and that take. So what you could need more of is friends and friendships, deeper connections. Again, I'm sensing that through this card as well, like I did with the Lovers, that going beyond just the surface, really getting to know your friends. Do you know your friends? You may spend a lot of time with them, you may hang out with them, you may travel with them, but do you really know them? Can you honestly say in that inner circle of friends that you know them on a deeper level? I'm sensing, here there's the celebration among the individuals, but it also looks like they've connected to know what that celebration is, the meaning behind the challenges that were overcome. So I'm definitely sensing that in this card as well, and compared with the Lovers. And it could be too that you need to celebrate. There's something that you are proud of, something you have achieved, something that in that friendship realm, maybe you guys have accomplished together, or maybe they've pulled you through, or you've helped them. Take the time to celebrate. Maybe you do need more time of being with your friends, kind of going opposite of what originally came through. Is that, are you taking time to connect with people? Are you more of an isolated person where in your life there's a void of having that laughter, having that joy, having the opportunity to go outside and be with people and celebrate? That also is coming through with this card as well. And then a lot of blues and, shades of green in this tarot card as well through this illustration. So again, Is there something your heart needs to say? If we combine the blue and the green is our throat and our heart. So is there something within your heart that you need to speak, that you have been afraid to speak? So what you could need more of is that courage, that willingness to take a risk, to take that jump into the unknown and share what is within your heart, whether it's family, friends, a relationship, a partner. It could also be something at work, I'm sensing as well. Often if you're in teamwork, Three of Cups also represents that teamwork. So maybe at work you've accomplished something, you've finished a project, you've made a movie, you have completed, maybe you're a team working on a book or a PR project, and you've finally come to the end, or you're getting near to the end. Take time to celebrate. You deserve it. You've done well. Be proud of yourself. And yes, it's okay to say, yep, I did that. I worked hard and I met my goals, and now there's a beautiful result from that hard work. Next, we have the Two of Wands. And with the Two of Wands, you can see this individual is looking out over the ocean, over the scenery. There's land to her right. So possibly, do you need a little bit more time to relax and travel? Do you need more time to be out in nature? Maybe you're missing that. Maybe you are a person who loves the outdoors, loves exercising in the outdoors, gardening, or just sitting outside with a cup of tea or something to drink. And your life is so busy and you haven't been able to do that. This card definitely is showing you that it is needed to take that time. Maybe you are wondering about travel and you're thinking, maybe I should take that vacation. Maybe I should take time to go out and be with nature. This card here is also encouraging that, the Two of Wands. With the Two of Wands too, it is that making a decision. So if there's something in your life that you have been avoiding making decisions, or maybe you're one who doesn't make decisions, you just kind of sit back and wait to see what happens. This card here with the Two of Wands, it's showing the individual is standing in the middle. So there is a need to make a decision. Maybe it is that self-reflection piece as well, really looking at what is it that you want to do, research potential outcomes, and then make that decision. Also with the Two of Wands, that piece of taking a chance. Kind of goes back to that Three of Cups, speaking from the heart. Take a chance. Whether it's travel, whether it's a new project, a new event, a new friendship, if it could be relationship, if that's a question that you presented at the beginning. So Two of Wands is taking that chance, looking out over the horizon and choosing to take that jump or that leap of faith, as it is also referred to. With the Two of Wands too, I see the broad horizon on this card. That can also represent expansion. So are you stuck? Are you set in your ways, for a lack of better words? Are you in a certain mindset and you just refuse to see something slightly different? Or are you stuck and unwilling to hear someone else's viewpoint or emotions or thoughts? This card here in the tarot, also the Two of Wands, represents that expansion, that willingness to open your mind. And I'm seeing the blue of the ocean here, which is that throat chakra. The yellow, the sacral, just being willing to step out of yourself. And it doesn't mean that you have to be convinced of something different. It's just stepping out of your own way, stepping out of your ego, and being willing to hear from an individual or others. And you may learn something. You may gain new information that you didn't know or haven't seen in a certain way before. So that expansion piece also is a very big part of the Two of Wands. So it could be that you need more of that. You need more of an open heart, more willingness to pursue that and be open as well. Six of Cups is next. So with Six of Cups, definitely that generosity, the giving and receiving, caring for others, putting self beside, or selfishness beside, or aside, excuse me. So what you may need more of is that sharing. Are you one that kind of stays to yourself, keeps things to yourself? It could mean money, financially. It could be maybe you have a story to tell. Maybe you have a gift that you have not been using to its fullest potential. So it doesn't always have to be monetary. It could be giving and sharing from your life experiences to help someone else who may be going through that similarly as well. Also, that community piece. You can see the two buildings, the houses in the back. There's an older individual, a child coming to receive. So that sense of community. Are you one who needs to broaden your friend group, your work relationships? Are you in need of being willing to do that? Also, the Six of Cups in the tarot is nostalgia. So maybe right now you are in, a really good place and you are just reminiscing and you are enjoying what has come through in your life. And this card here is represented. Keep going, keep doing that, because it is filling something in your heart, in your mind, and deep within your soul right now. There is a need for that. So if that is speaking to you, this card is representing for you to continue with that. Next, we have the Tower. And with the Tower and tarot, as you can see, it's upheaval. It is significant change, sudden change, just really almost that 180, things kind of crashing down. So what you may need more of in the realm of the tarot is a willingness to change. Kind of going back to the Two of Wands, whether it's in your thoughts, your views, your perspectives. It could also be a physical change, meaning, do you need to move homes? Do you need to move jobs? Do you need to let go of a relationship because it isn't for your higher good? And maybe you've known this, I'm sensing in all three of those, maybe you've known this for a while and you're searching for clarity, or you're resisting. Either way, the Tower here is saying, yes, it is time before the chaos begins, by not making a decision, by not choosing then to move in the direction that you've known in your intuition, that you've known in your gut through your third eye needs to take place. Also with the Tower, it could be, again, that letting go piece. Is there something in your life or someone, what's really strongly coming through, and you'll know if this applies to you, is addiction. That lightning bolt, the fire coming out, and the fire starts at the top and then it's going to come all the way down to the foundation until there's nothing left. Friends, if this does not speak with you, still hang with me, because it is at this moment coming through very, very strongly. So what you need more of is the release of that addiction, is going in your soul, in your spirit, in your mind, and doing that shadow work. Whether you pursue it professionally, and I've said it in a lot of my videos, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Society puts a stigma around that, but there is nothing wrong with going and sitting with someone who has been trained, who has the experience to help you on a next level that maybe a friend or a family member may not be able to. It is okay to talk with them, no issues with that, but when it's to the aspect of an addiction, having a hard time because I think this wants to be silenced, but I'm going to push through because it is coming through very strongly. there are times when we need the assistance of professionals, and often in addiction, you need that medical professional support to be successful long term. Also with the Tower, within that change, there could be a need for an awareness, kind of going back to that Two of Wands again. Is there something in your life that you need to be more aware of, whether it's through sensitivity, whether it's through compassion, whether it's through financial? What is it that you in your life need to be more aware of? Maybe you're saying to me, I'm fine, I don't really know of anything. And that may be okay, because this piece might not be directly for you. But what I am sensing is for some who are watching, I'm hearing many, so I'll say that, but the ability, excuse me, I was going to say opportunity, but the ability to look within, remove our ego aside, and look at others first and see what is it around me that I can help with, that I can give my gifts to, that I can give my time to. And the last one for our tarot cards before we move to our oracles is the Four of Swords. And you can see here that the Four of Swords are directly pointing down to the individual. The individual has a hand on her head and her stomach. So what is definitely coming through is maybe you suffer with migraines, maybe you have stomach and GI concerns. And this card here is really, with those swords pointing right down to that individual, that it's time to seek assistance. Medical assistance is what I'm receiving as well. Again, I'm not a physician, counselor, or anything of the like, but I'm presenting what is coming through this card, and it is a need to have those concerns looked at, or assistance with that. Also with the Four of Swords is a need for that rest. And you might be, again, yelling at the video saying, I don't have time. What do you mean rest? Well, this card here, especially coming behind the Tower, another message that's coming through is that you can keep pushing. You can keep, pursuing and pushing your body and mind and soul. But at some point, the body's going to say, whether you choose to do it or the body makes you do it, there's going to be a need for rest. You may not be able to give up a whole day, a whole week of a vacation, or just a day to rest. That's fine. Maybe what it is when you get home, you find 10 minutes to take a walk. You find 10 minutes to have a cup of tea or something to drink. 10 minutes to, if you have a pet, play with your pet. Turn off media, put your phone on silent, put your laptop down. You are just not available for 10 minutes. And maybe you do that multiple times throughout the week, because what I'm definitely sensing is behind that Tower, like I said, your body will at some point say to you, we're not going to do this anymore. It can't do this anymore. So take the time for you is definitely what I'm sensing, so that your body can keep up with your schedule if you have a very busy schedule. Also, what I'm receiving through this card is maybe you need not necessarily more physical strength, but what I'm sensing is that mental piece. Also with her hand on the her head was migraines, but what I'm also sensing is that mental strength, the inner strength, our inner power, the ability to continue to be resilient, to persevere is what I'm definitely hearing, the word persevere. And you'll know what that applies to in your situation or your life at this time. So that is very strongly coming through as well. And my eyes are then directed to the clouds, this beautiful sky through the window over here on this side of the card, that when we choose to have that inner strength, that courage, I'm being drawn back to the blues in this card as well, that throat chakra, the greens, our heart chakra. When we're able to have that strength and that perseverance, to move through difficult situations or make choices. I'm being drawn to the Two of Wands. That then allows our soul and spirit to have release, to be a little bit freer, to have our mind to have a purpose, our mind to have a direction. So, and it's beautiful on the other side. Again, my eyes are drawn to that beautiful sky, the sun that I'm sure is shining as well on that day in this picture. So it allows our mind to not be so busy, so bogged down. So what I'm also receiving, and really just coming back to those Two of Wands, is what decision do you need to make so you can have that freedom, whether it's mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, to have that freedom and release to occur. All right, let's jump into our oracle cards. And for this deck, this is the only card that came through. So when I receive only one card, it, for me in tarot, definitely causes me to pause, really draws my attention even more to the card and its meaning. So this card is Patience, and it says Green Corn Moon, and it's number 36, which narrows down to 9. So in this card, maybe what you do need is patience. Maybe you are one who just has to have things happen, you know, right away. You're not one to, I see the corn on this card and it looks like it's ready. It's fully grown, but it's not quite ready to be picked. So maybe you are one who is impatient for the outcomes and you kind of bypass certain steps so that you can get to from A to Z very quickly. What I'm sensing also with, you can see the spiral of the clouds opening to that beautiful starry night, is that when we do that, when we rush and we bypass and take some shortcuts, it does cause chaos and busyness in our mind, and it can cause that a little bit of unsettling for those around us as well. Because when we do that as well, we are shortchanging those that we work with, our family, our friends, our partners. We shortchange them being able to use their own gifts and abilities. So I really am sensing that through that, circle of the clouds and, that spinning aspect as well. What's really being drawn to me too is that red balloon, and, the red and the balloon is definitely that piece of hope, imagination. Balloons are usually for celebration, for fun events. So maybe again, and it is, I didn't do it on purpose because I didn't know this message yet, but it is under 3 of Cups. So maybe it is you need to celebrate you. Maybe you are single and your birthday is coming, or something significant for an anniversary in your life is coming. Go get that cake. Go get a cupcake. Go get whatever your favorite cookie is or treat, and allow yourself to celebrate you. You matter. You are important. You are worthy. Celebrate you. It's okay that you're single. Society often sometimes says you have to have somebody. Not always, for certain parts of our journey. So celebrate you is what I'm definitely receiving through this card. And that beautiful starry night as well, just like those clouds, the starry night and the lovers, I'm being drawn back to that as well. Take time for you. Take time to restore your body, your mind, your emotions, your spirit, and if needed, deep down in your soul. Take time, really, really strongly at this point, friends. Take time for you. You are not being selfish when you do that. There are many practices, many viewpoints in the world that say if you try to take time for yourself, you're taking away from someone else. You're taking away from a family. You're taking away from, quote, your responsibilities. What's really coming through with these 2 cards, also with that cloud, is It's okay. You are doing nothing wrong when you choose to take time for you. I said it in a recent video as well. When we burn ourselves out, what good are we to others around us? What good are we to ourselves? What good are we for our purpose, our higher calling, if we do that? So very strongly, friends, very similar to the weight of what was coming through with the Tower and addiction. This piece is very strongly coming through, because when you look at the tarot cards at the beginning and the end, and our first oracle is that piece of self-love and self-care. Next deck of oracle cards, our first one is Open Mind. Replace the old cycle with a new and exciting one. Wow. That very strongly came through on the Two of Wands, friends, and this card is going to be placed closely to that. So if you're looking for affirmation or confirmation, here it is. Totally separate deck, and here it is. It's kind of, you know, almost right under that Two of Wands. So what is it that you need to have an open mind about? What is it that you need to take another look at or reconsider? What is it that, as the card says, you need to replace the old cycle with a new and exciting one? Are you stuck? Are you bored? Or are you, again, maybe just stuck in your viewpoints? It's close to the Tower as well. Not having that open mind to hear from others, see other people's points of view or their thoughts. You know, you see this beautiful planet on the other side that wants to come through and shine. And it's okay that we don't always agree with other individuals. What the important part is that we are willing to hear from others, that we have that open mind that this oracle card is calling us to. So again, maybe what it is that you need is more of an open mind. Next, we have Return to Joy. We are here to experience joy. You have that beautiful funnel all the way out to the moon. Looks like almost below, on the bottom part of the moon is that sun. So maybe it's right in that transition of day to night, night to day. And the beautiful colors of the greens and the purples and the pinks coming through. When we think of our chakra, again, that heart, the purples, our crown, our third eye, that intuition, seeking our spiritual source if you practice. You know, again, that sun and the moon, the ebb and flow of life, returning to joy. Interesting too, it's right below the Tower, which is chaos and change and sudden change, and not always change in the best way because we didn't address something that we needed to. We didn't make a decision when we needed to. So here, make the decision to return to joy. Find what it is that brings you life, that brings you freedom, that brings you joy and release. Connect with that. We are here to experience joy. And then once you find it, if you know someone who has that like-mindedness, as far as maybe it's exercise, maybe it's painting, maybe it's hiking, maybe it is writing, maybe it is, animals, taking care of animals, volunteer work somewhere, do that together. Because often two are better than one. A group is better than one. And when you then allow those energies to connect, you then exude even more of that joy, that peace, and just that presence that people often will want to be drawn to have their heart filled with what you are sending out into the universe. Next, we have Listen to Advice. Guidance is needed to cross the ocean of life. Wow. Friends, if you're looking for confirmation from the messages that have come through so far, even with the tarot, because these are aligned underneath. Again, this one's close to the Tower. So for me, thank you, Source, Higher Power, Universe, Guides, Angels, for that confirmation for me. Because sometimes as an intuitive reader, or a tarot reader, it is difficult to present matters that are difficult for many, or difficult for people, or difficult even for one or some. And, you know, often people will cringe when they hear the word addiction or get defensive if it is applying to them. So thank you again, Source, and etc., because it says, listen to advice. Guidance is needed to cross the ocean of life. So friends, if you need to pursue that medical assistance, that that therapist, the counselor, a psychologist, psychiatrist, this card here, and especially being close to the Tower, is definitely confirming that. Right under that Four of Swords, that medical advice, if you have migraines, GI issues, just overall health issues that you're avoiding. You know, the Four of Swords are right there close to the individual, indicating an urgency. So I don't know how much stronger I can say it, but this is definitely here confirming and affirming what has been said so far in this reading. And our last card, this is from our Lover's Oracle, and it says, manifesting miracles. Miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. And let me show you the other side first. There's many symbols. There's on the tree trunk, there's yin and yang, a star, eternity symbol, infinity symbol, a cross, and a heart. On the tree, there's apples and hearts represented in shapes of apples, leaves. So let me show you the picture again. And if you have asked for symbols or signs and one of them is represented on the tree, for me, those are confirmation, affirmation, or draw my attention to the message on the card. So again, it says, manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. So again, for me, what's coming through with this is when you make that decision, when you choose to have that self-care, if you're manifesting something in your life, this is showing that when you do that, when you step forward, when you begin that process and you see it through to completion for your better good, your higher good, your dreams are soon to become reality. So trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. And again, that word guidance is bouncing off that heart too. It's right beside advice, guidance, the Tower, having that open mind. Maybe you hear advice from a friend, a family member, a partner, and initially you're like, I don't need that, or I didn't ask for that advice. Often when we have that initial gut reaction, you know, that verbal reaction, that defensiveness, more times than not, it's an indicator that there is something within us that we need to take the time to look into, that we need to self-reflect on, that we need to have that open mind and lay down our ego and defensiveness to pursue. I've said it before in my videos, if it's one individual saying it to you, okay, you can hear it. But if it's more than one individual, for me, that is definitely an indicator. So if you're hearing a message from, you know, more than one individual, and you've heard it through this reading, and maybe you're looking for affirmation, confirmation with that aspect that you have been told from, you know, multiple people, there's plenty here to say it's time to take that action. It's time to do that inner work. It's time, whether even if it's with your health, mental, physical, psychological health, emotional health. This here is again saying, trust your intuition and follow guidance. So, you know, your dreams will happen. When we are in tune to ourselves, we are using our gifts for our purpose that we were put here for. When we are helping others, when we are one step at a time giving back to the world, our dreams, the joy returns. We are able to have that patience because we are learning and connecting with people. I'm drawn back to that Three of Cups on a deeper level, and it's not about us as much anymore, meaning the ego piece, the pride piece. It's not about us, you know, cutting corners, this patient piece, and just getting A to Z. It's not about us wanting the attention. It's about us helping others. It's about us using our gifts and abilities to their fullest good. And that, my friend, is when our dreams come, our joy can come, our love for others, of being drawn back to the lovers, platonic or romantic, really begins to come to fruition. We have that strength and that courage to make decisions that we need. We have that fulfillment to have those celebrations, to have that sense of pride, a healthy pride, saying, I did it and I can be proud of that because I use my gifts and abilities. So my friends, I hope this information has helped. Thank you for staying with me through even some of the difficult information that may have come through. If it is something you connect with, please, it's through the reading to take that next step. And what also is coming through is that the time is now. It's time to stop avoiding that next step. And you know what that means or applies to in your life. So again, I hope this information has helped. If there's anything that doesn't connect, please feel free to let that go. If it does, I encourage you to just, again, have that open mind to continue to process it. As always, friends, love and light to you.